first of all we're going to have a look at the contents of the box. Open the box, you'll see the map with all the manuals inside, and also the SD adapter which the customer needs in case of an update or registration of the maps. Then we have the original replacement for the original USB connector. The cables, which we shall see later on. Bluetooth microphone and GPS antenna. So I want to open the box. This is the In-Touch device. You see that there are no brackets or panels or a panel supplied in the box, because we use the original brackets and the original panel. So first of all we're going to take off the battery minus pole for security during the installation. The connectors are in sort of dummy connectors at the back. So we're going to use the original brackets. So we're going to take them off and fit them on the navigation device. That's the next thing. So the next step is we're going to start with the Bluetooth microphone, which we will mount on the A-pillar. So we're going to lead the wire to the back of the navigation device. Please be careful that the wire is not getting stuck between the pedals. As we also have to change and fit the USB connector, we just take the advantage and lead the Bluetooth microphone wire also at the back together with the USB cable that also has to be fitted at the back of the unit. So we take a plastic tool and just put it from behind, from the back, and push forward. So this is the USB and aux input connector. Feed the wire through the hole. Tie wrap to bundle these wires, so to be sure that they are not going to be stuck between the panels. We're gonna fit the GPS antenna, which I already prepared with a little piece of double-sided tape. We're gonna stick the antenna on top of the duct hose, which is a good spot because there are no wires or metal parts above it. So we have a good satellite reception GPS signal. First we start with this 5-pin connector, which contains the brake wire, the power supply for the reverse camera, and the reverse signal wire. In this case we don't use them because in this case we don't fit a camera, so we don't have to connect these cables, but in case you have to fit the reverse camera, you have to connect these also. So in this case it's just for the brake signal. Like that. And this is the other side of the connector, which has the white connector that goes in the back of the device and has the female brake wire and also the female reverse wire and the video signal. So in this case we only connect the brake wire. This connection is a bit tight, but it's better to have a tight connection rather than getting problems afterwards. So the next thing is the Wi-Fi dongle. As this cable, it just looks similar like the original USB. This one. See, it looks like very similar, but they are different. So as we will see later on, they will just fit in one connector at the back of the unit. Take off the protection, click it in like that, and just leave it like that. Then we have the microphone, which we already prepared. Bluetooth microphone with the cable labeled with mic. Just click it in. There's also a DAB connector, but it's only if you use the optional DAB receiver for DAB plus radio, digital radio. Then we have also the audio video connectors, which we don't use in this case because it's for optional for the customer to use, but we connect it anyway at the back of the unit, so we don't forget it. In case that a customer wants to need it, you can use it afterwards. So let's start with all the connectors. See that they only fit in one place. See? We have this connector, as I just told, which only fits in here. If you try to fit it in here, it won't fit. So this is the right connection. You hear it click when you push it. And then we have the brake, an optional reverse camera. See, don't forget anything. The microphone for the Bluetooth microphone. Then we have a GPS antenna. FM radio antenna. Then there is the original USB and the aux for playing music through the aux-in input. And last but not least, the power connector, which we just used the original Suzuki connector. So that's it. So now be careful to bundle all these wires and be sure that no wires are getting stuck anywhere, because it's a bit of a struggle to get these wires in, because there's not much space left behind the navigation unit. But you should feel when it fits in tight, you feel it go in. Just look at the top so that it's straight and centered, and also look at the location spots, so you have a good fit of the brackets. Screws. And put on the original cover back on. And that's it. Turn on the ignition. As you see, the device already starts. Always check if the SD card is inside, because without the SD card the navigation will not start up. This is the main screen. Always starts with FM radio. Because the car is inside, we don't have much reception. But first of all, we're going to check the steering wheel controls. So volume up, volume down. The search, if you press and hold, the unit goes searching the FM band. And if you just press short, it will skip from one. Just choose one preset. So if you press shortly, then it will pass on from one preset to the next. And back, of course. Then there's also the mode function, switch between the different modes, Bluetooth, radio, and so on. Button on the steering wheel to mute the volume. So as I said, FM radio is not very good because the car is inside, so we don't have good reception. We're going to look at the navigation next. You see here the icon, but if you touch the icon, you will see that the navigation will not start immediately. So choose your language. In this case, this car is for the Netherlands. So we choose Netherlands voice.
Goede reis, rijd voorzichtig.
You see that everything else is still in English. We come to that in a minute. So go to the settings menu. Go to regional. Program language is English, and change it into the language of your country. The navigation will restart. So we have a GPS signal showing the right location at this moment. In case the navigation won't start, then you have to install the aygo navigation app, which I will show you. Go to the settings, go to Navipad and touch aygo.apk app. Now the installation will start. Push and install. You open the device and you already see the In-Touch startup screen. So, well, you can check if the clock is in the right time. So if it's not showing the right time, then you have to check the time region. The time zone is now GMT +2, which is the Eastern European time. At this moment we are in the Netherlands, which should be GMT +1. So we're going to change that to GMT +1 Amsterdam Berlin, like that. See, the date and the 24-hour clock is already set. If you want to change the format, you can change it here. So now you see that the clock is showing the right time and the right date. Last thing to do is to be sure that you hand over the map, the plastic folder with the manuals and also the small SD adapter. In case of a sales car, put it in the hand glove compartment and leave it there together with the other manuals that belong to the car. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. I'm going to show you how to fit the reverse camera onto the new Suzuki Ignis. There is a blind cover that is already prepared for installation of a reverse camera. Take off protection foil. As you can see, it's already prepared for installation, just exactly the same as the original camera. Cable is long enough to reach at the front of the car, the dashboard, and the back of the navigation device. You see there is 12-volt plus for power of the camera and the video signal. There is no earth wire because the video signal is also getting earth from the head unit. First of all, we're going to take off the panel, the inside cover, and then we're going to show you how to install the camera. Taking off the inside cover. So the panel on the outside is mounted with 4 screws on the inside. This one here. The bolts on the outside are holding the tail lights, so you don't have to unscrew them. So we take off the blind cover. Inside. So the next thing is to get the wires through the hole. Once you have reached the hole, you can use some tape and to get it through this tube. So, taking off the 2 clips and lead the wire through here, down here, so you can reach it. goes down here, along under the doors to reach. So taking the wire from the back to the front of the car. Just be sure that it's bundled together with other, taken off the hand glove compartment to reach the back of the navigation device. So we here have the In-Touch navigation device, specially designed for use with this reverse camera for Ignis. And the wires are already labeled and prepared. This is the red wire is for the camera, 12 volt plus. This is the pink wire is for the reverse signal, also labeled reverse. And the green wire is labeled with brake, which is for the brake signal, to prevent watching video while driving. So this is the white connector which is in the car, and this is the video kinch cable coming from the camera, which is male-female of course. And as you can see, I've used some PVC isolation tape to get a solid connection, which is very important, obviously, for get a good video picture. So now bundle the wires and carefully reinstall the device. So we're gonna reinstall everything in reverse order. Don't forget to take off the protection foil. So camera is fitted, as you can see, and I've put back on the cover. So check the camera function, turn on ignition. A few seconds to start up the device. So put the gear in reverse and you see that the camera is showing the back view image. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time.